Donald Trump just made a stunning admission during a disastrous press conference moments ago after former President Bill Clinton called Donald Trump's bluff. Clinton said, release all of the Epstein files, release it all. I want transparency. Enough of Donald Trump just selectively releasing documents and photos to create a narrative. Release them all. So then Donald Trump at this press conference, which was about an entirely different topic. It was about Donald Trump renaming Navy vessels, the Trump Navy vessels. But then Trump started speaking about the Epstein files. And Donald Trump's like, actually, I'm good friends with Bill Clinton. I like Bill Clinton. I feel really bad that some of these photos are out there of Bill Clinton. I feel really bad for some of the other men whose photos are out there. I don't like that, he says. Watch what Donald Trump says in a stunning admission. Here, play this clip.
A lot of people that are angry about all of the pictures of other people, but I think it's terrible. Look, I like Bill Clinton. I've always gotten along with Bill Clinton. I've been nice to him. He's been nice to me. We've always gotten along. Respect him. I hate to see photos come out of him, but this is what the Democrats, mostly Democrats and a couple of bad Republicans are asking for. So they're giving their photos of me too. Everybody was friendly with this guy, either friendly or not friendly, but he was around. He was all over Palm Beach and other places. The head of Harvard was his best friend, Larry Summers. And Bill Clinton was a friend of his, but everybody was.
Then Donald Trump says, I thought we were done with talking about the Epstein stuff. Aren't we done? This is what he says during the press conference. People still care about this? Yes, we do. You are a crook. You are violating the Epstein Transparency Act. Release the damn files. Here's what Donald Trump says. Here, play this clip.
He's just being used by the Democrats because what this whole thing is with Epstein is a way of trying to deflect from the tremendous success that the Republican Party has. Like, for instance, today we're building the biggest ships in the world, most powerful ships in the world, and they're asking me questions about Jeffrey Epstein. I thought that was finished.
Then Donald Trump talks about Epstein Island. Here, play this clip.
A gallon. Nobody ever thought they'd see that. They don't want to talk about that. They want to talk about Epstein. And the problem is a lot of Democrats are being caught up in the web, like Larry Summers. Larry Summers was the head of Harvard. He's now been forced to resign from every board he's on, and he was thrown off the Harvard board. Now, he was at Epstein's Island a lot. I wasn't. I never went there, by the way. But fortunately, it's nice. But I never went there. But a lot of people did go there.
And then he segues into saying all of that to what he's going to try to do to distract us from that, which is talk about invading Greenland. Then Donald Trump, during this mess of a press conference, this disastrous press conference, says, we need Greenland. We need to take it. He goes, that's why I appointed the governor of Louisiana, who's a MAGA maniac, this guy, Jeff Landry, to take over Greenland. Yes, it may be part of the Kingdom of Denmark, who's a NATO ally. And yes, that would be a massive encroachment and violation of the sovereignty of what should be an ally of the United States. But Donald Trump says, we're going to take it. We need it for our national security. Here's what he's saying. Play this clip.
But he felt very strongly we need Greenland for national security, not for minerals. We have so many sites for minerals and oil and everything. We have more oil than any other country in the world. We need Greenland for national security. And if you take a look at Greenland, you look up and down the coast, you have Russian and Chinese ships all over the place. We need it for national security. We have to have it. And he wanted to lead the charge. So we're making him, Marco, today, a special envoy to Greenland. Greenland's a big deal.
And as part of this speech, where he's indeed further covering up the Epstein files and violating the Epstein Transparency Act, he then says, to the leader of Colombia, to the leader Petro of Colombia, you better watch your back, he says. Watch your ass. Watch your ass, leader of Colombia, because we're coming. You know what we're about to do to you. So Donald Trump's just threatening everyone. Venezuela, Colombia, Greenland, Canada. He is a menace. A menace. Here, play this clip right here.
Well, he has to watch because, he's got drug factories. They make cocaine in Colombia. And he's no friend of the United States. He's very bad guy. And he's got to watch his ass because he makes cocaine and they send it into the United States of America from Colombia. We love the Colombian people. I love the Colombian people. They're great people, energetic, smart, great. But their new leader is a troublemaker. And you better watch it. You better close up those cocaine factories. They have at least 3 major cocaine factories. We know where they are. You better close them up fast, yeah.
Then Donald Trump says, but what's great about me, he goes, I've sold more planes than anybody. I've sold, he goes, hundreds of planes, thousands of planes I've sold to all different countries. I'm not sure it's the boast you think it is. Also giving our military technology to say Saudi Arabia, or giving them our semiconductor chips, which you're now also giving to China. I'm not sure this is the boast that, like, you don't think former presidents could sell these things? Or do you think it's perhaps that we need to balance selling things versus our national security? And also what Trump is interested in is the quid pro quos that then benefit his family, in my opinion. Here, play this clip.
Immediately. I mean, I have sold more planes than any president by far, times probably 20. So every time I go someplace, I sell 100 planes. That includes commercial planes, Boeings, etc., but it also includes fighter jets. And I'm always having to say 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, helicopters, Apache helicopters, many years. India bought them. They want to get them. They don't want to wait a long time.
Then Donald Trump is asked, well, you know, you keep seizing these oil tankers off the coast of Venezuela. What are you going to do? What's your end game? Like, what's your plan there? And Donald Trump says, we're going to take it. It's our oil now. We're seizing it. Here, play this clip.
Venezuela, oil. What are we going to do with the oil that we have?
Going to do with what?
The oil that has been seized. The United States seized 1.9 million barrels of oil on December 10th.
We're going to keep it. We're keeping it.
Where's it? Are we going to sell it or put it in the strategic?
Maybe we'll sell it. Maybe we'll keep it. Maybe we'll use it in the strategic reserves. We're keeping it. We're keeping the ships also.
Then Donald Trump talks about perhaps invading any country where he believes there's drugs. Play this clip.
You just referenced the lower amount of illegal drugs that are coming by sea, and you just said that you're going to start that same program on land soon. Are you just referring to Venezuela, or are you referring to other countries in Latin America?
Anywhere drugs are pouring in. Anywhere, not just Venezuela.
Donald Trump just comes up with a number and says 300,000 people are dying. Here, play this clip.
They're going to get blown to pieces because we don't want our people poisoned. 300,000 people died. Probably last year, 300,000. A lot of people say it was 200. Somebody said last night, it was only 175,000 people. That's like 3 stadiums, big football stadiums filled up with people died. But I think the real number is 300,000. We're not going to have that anymore. So
then you have this guy who's the Secretary of the Navy, who actually had no naval experience before. He's like a private equity guy, and he's renaming or naming these new vessels the Trump fleet. And he goes, our enemies are going to be nervous when they see the Trump class of the USS Defiant. Here, play this clip.
And our adversaries will know when the Trump class USS Defiant appears on the horizon, American victory at sea is inevitable. Thank you, Mr. President. Now, when a conflict arises, you are going to ask not one, but 2 questions. Where are the carriers and where are the battleships? Thank you.
Then more of Donald Trump talking about Epstein and saying, I threw him out. I threw him out. Here, play this clip.
I actually threw him out of Mar-a-Lago. And as a person that was in Mar-a-Lago, I threw him out. Mar-a-Lago, this is Mar-a-Lago. It's the hottest place I think it's the hottest place in the world, but it's the hottest place in Florida. And everybody would come here. He'd come here. We actually threw him out.
And then Donald Trump just saying random numbers about bringing drug prices down 3,000%. He goes, no one can believe these numbers. Yeah, because you're making them up. Here, play this clip.
But instead of talking about the battleships, or instead of talking about most favored nations drugs, we're bringing down drug prices like at a level that has never even been thought of, by thousands. Think of it, by 1,000%. By 1,200, 1,300, 1,400% in some cases. A drug that sells for $10 in London is costing $130 in New York. We're bringing it down to $20, and they're going to go up to 20. So they're going from 10 to 20, which is a doubling. It's a doubling. That's a lot, but it's a doubling. But we're going down to 20. So we're going down, if you can do your own math, but it's 2,000%, 3,000%. It's pretty amazing.
And then Trump is asked, so what's your goal here with Maduro? Are you trying to force him out? What's the end game? Here, play this clip.
Yeah, please.
Ultimate goal in Venezuela to force Maduro from power.
Well, I think it probably would. I can't tell that. That's up to him, what he wants to do. I think it would be smart for him to do that. But again, we're going to find out. Look, Venezuela did terrible things to the United States. They sent hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people into our open border. They sent their criminals, they sent their prisoners, they sent their drug dealers, they sent their mentally insane and incompetent people. into our country more than any other country. Others did too.